everybody, my name is Jesper, Anker, and I'm joined by Bobson and Julian, and you're watching another edition of the Weekly Rant. How are you guys doing?
Hi.
I'm just gonna ignore it this week. Let's go, guys. So, the first topic, I know it's pretty old, but we saved it for this week because there's not gonna be much to talk about this week. But you might have heard that Chris Horner has not gotten an invitation, or his team has not gotten a wild card to the Anker 12 California, and that is quite big. Bob, you're American. How does this affect you?
Well, first of all, hi. My mic muted randomly. This makes me feel great because I hate Chris Horner.
Why do you hate Chris Horner?
Because Well, first of all, the drugs.
What drugs? He was never caught doing drugs.
Can we make this rant in, like, 10 years?
You want to do the futuristic rant?
Yeah.
The Throwback Thursday rant?
We can come back here in 10 years and say the exact same thing.
Say what?
That he did drugs. And there will be evidence then.
So you think the reason he did not get a wild card, his team did not get a wild card, is because Anker 12 California did not want to take the risk of putting their race at jeopardy because this guy's suspicious.
I also think that his team is from bumfuck nowhere. I've never heard of them. Okay.
Segway? Isn't it? It's something Segway, isn't it?
Even the other continental teams I've heard of. Most of them. Like, what is this? This doesn't exist. His team is fake. I feel like his team, like all the riders on it, only 3 of them have pictures on Pro Cycling Stats. What does that tell you? Probably that they could all be a facade. This could all be a lie. They don't even need to exist, okay? All that needs to exist is Chris Horner, and he can make up all these funny names, say that he has a team, and then he could show up there himself, okay? And nobody would know the difference.
See, it's funny that other Americans don't agree with you. I'm on PelotonMagazine.com right now reading the article, and I see they have linked images from their Facebook page where other Americans are like, where the hell is Argus Segway? You know the team with the 2011 Anker 12 California winner. You know the team with the same rider you used to promote your host city's announcement?
Here's the thing. That rider also did drugs. He did not win the 2012 Tour of California. He won the 2011 Tour of California. So they were wrong. And they don't even know the facts.
As an Australian, does this affect you at all too, or do you not care?
I don't really care, to be honest, that much. Like, sure, it's Chris Horner. Like, he won a Grand Tour, supposedly, but I think no one really cares about him anymore, and that's just the way it is sometimes.
As Bob would say it, in 10 years' time, he didn't really win a Grand Tour.
Yeah, true. And I think that, like I was saying before, you look at the teams. Axon Cycling Team, never heard of them. But Hincapie, Jelly Belly, Optum, Jameis Hagen, Smart Stop. These are the teams that you would see, the continental teams that you would see in an American race. Like, I know these names. I don't know where the hell Mr. Segway nerd, like, is. Freaking riding around Segways. This is a bike race, not a Segway race, okay?
It's quite fun. Let's move on to the next topic, and no, it's not going to be Lance Armstrong. I know Lance Armstrong said some stupid stuff, but he's just trying to get the media's attention, and we will not oblige to that. So let's move on. In the last week, you guys might have heard the name Fernando Gaviria. He beat Mark Cavendish straight up 2 times in a row even, and Gaviria did not even have a lead-out train. He just beat him with raw power, and due to this amazing result, he actually got a contract with Ethics Quickstep. This never happens. Like, you don't see anyone beat somebody and then get a contract. Chew, what do you think of this? Is this something that we'll see more in the sport?
Sure, I think so, because for the younger riders who are like in these small races that no one knows about, they want to perform, and it's not a bad move by Ethics Quickstep. They're probably paying him like hardly anything, and I think it's probably worth it. If you might get a decent rider, probably won't be like a superstar. Not going to beat Marcel Kittel, but he's quite capable of riding, so I can see why they signed someone like him. And it's going to encourage more riders to do well in the small races, like the Colombian riders, Argentinian riders at San Luis, obviously. Yeah.
So you say he's not going to beat What's his name? Muscle Kittle, but he just beat Mark Cavendish. On
No,
the same level?
let's be honest here. Mark Cavendish probably isn't anywhere near what he is. It's the first race of the year. No one really pays attention to San Luis, I think, and let's not get carried away. He's not going to be
Do you agree, Bob?
that good.
Let's be clear. It's pretty simple. When you're early season, this is your home race, or not really, but continent-wise, and for South Americans, I guess that's all I get. And when you're racing near your home, you are racing against guys who haven't probably seen competition in 3 to 4 months, and it's much easier to beat them. But now that he's going to be on a World Tour team, you can't just go to your local blood bank and get those kind of drugs, and get that passed. World Tour teams, and especially World Tour races, are not going to screen as easily and as just inexpensive, bare bones ways that these South American races do. And so I feel like Gaviria is going to have a much harder time trying to get results with his current methods in the World Tour.
But see, sprinters don't really use drugs. They don't dope. Like, when is the last time you ever seen one of the big sprinters dope?
Zabel?
Zabel, yeah.
That's one guy. If you compare it to the
Cipollini.
climbers, there's not that many incidents. Like, I mean, Mark Cavendish and Kidland, these guys have been around for a lot longer, and you see guys like Alisi just getting one victory and he's caught. Marcel Kittel has been here for 3 to 4 years now, and he's been winning a lot. Mark Cavendish won 6 stages that 1 year.
Also, but that's not the Tour de San Luis. Okay, this is the Tour de San Luis.
So
pretty much they're all doped if they randomly win, and we've never heard of them before.
So you say that 6 stages in the Tour de France is nothing compared to 2 stages in the Tour de St. Louis?
I think that Mark Cavendish was known that he was a good sprinter for a long time. He only won like 4 stages in his first Tour de France, so that, I mean, he was gradually getting better.
Only 4 stages.
As well as the fact that the Tour de San Luis is only 6 stages, so I think Gaviria would have won like 12 if it was a Grand Tour of San Luis. It wasn't. It was just a tour, so unfortunately that didn't happen for him. However, the same amount of drugs went into it as
next year when Fernando Gaviria is on Eric's Quickstep and they come back to the Tour de St. Louis, how many stages do you expect him to win?
I expect him to win 0 because Cavendish will still be the leader.
Oh, I doubt that. Let's see, though. Let's see. This guy's got a bright future, and I'm happy to see him on Ethics Quickstep. Let's move on to the next topic, which is near to chew somewhat, because you said that Bobridge was going to beat Rohan Dennis in the time on the hour record, and I'm sorry to say, but Bobridge didn't even beat Matthias Brandl. Did you watch the hour record too?
It's definitely not looking good right now. But yeah, I watched it. It was pretty entertaining. Because no one knew what was going on, because no one knew if he was ahead or behind, because so a lot of people, well, most of us knew he was behind, or sort of thought he was behind, but the commentators there were like, oh, it's really close, it's going to be right on the line, and then I heard someone said the track wasn't legit, it wasn't normal size or something, it was small or something, so apparently he was ahead or something, I don't know, it was all like a mess, but at the end of the day, it was really, it wasn't like that bad. He didn't like underperform by that much. He only lost by like a couple hundred meters, and it is a super tough event. Like there was a picture of him after the race. He was dead, pretty much. And one other thing, straight away when he finished, he got off the bike. He had his leg was cramping up, and looked really painful.
On screen right now, you're going to see a graph comparing Bobridge, Brandl, and Vogt's hour. Like, how they handled the hour record. You see in the beginning, Bobridge went full out. Like, he went guns blazing. And he regretted that later on. He tried, like, oh, I have to get some air now. I'm trying, my legs are lactating. I'm just in difficulties. And you see him going very slow.
Are you looking at the dot graphs of the average? Yeah, I saw that. And you see that Matthias Brandl was the one with the most consistency. and that proved to be obviously superior to the other two riders. So that definitely proves the point. I think
See,
it gives a good blueprint for the future guys like Rowan Dennis or Bradley Wiggins or Tony Martin if they attempt to do it.
so consistent is the way to go. You say like you want to set an
Yeah,
average
sure.
pace the entire way through.
Yep, for sure. I think.
Because you see Jens Fuck. Jens Fuck started very, very slow, like opposite of Jack Bobridge, and then he realized in the end, oh crap, I still have 20 minutes to go, and I'm so many kilometers behind, I gotta go. And he just started riding really fast. That's another way to do it. I didn't really expect Jens Fuck to do that. I didn't think he had the acceleration in him, and he actually had like the fastest time in the end. Like he rode the fastest in the end, and he still got beaten. So good point.
And then we take into account the altitude and all this other nonsense that why riders go to Mexico or wherever they ride at. So whatever. Jack Bobridge did that in his at Melbourne. So I don't know that takes in. Yeah,
So,
and he just did Santos Tour Down Under. Let's not forget.
Bob, you just watched this. I know compared to the Brandel one, there was like high quality with like laps and time and all that stuff going, and like you had the UCI presentation. This was done privately at Channel 9, I believe. Did you feel bored or somewhat watching this, or how did you feel watching this hour record?
I honestly didn't. I actually got up early, and I clicked on the live stream because Chew kept bothering me about it, and I was just like, watched one lap. I was like, no, and then I just closed it down and went and watched the tennis match. But I did hear that Bobridge lost, and I found this extremely hilarious because we're talking about the guy who was fifth in the UCI Time Trial World Championship 3 years ago, basically, and he can't even beat Matthias Brandl in basically an hour time trial. Like this is freaking hilarious. Okay,
It is.
how did he? Okay, I understand that he has the Tour Down Under in his legs. Okay,
But isn't that a good thing?
but
Oh,
yeah, that's one race. You don't just get tired from one race. You build form from one race. This is Matthias Brandl beat him. Matthias Brandl. This guy was top 5 in the World Time Trial Championships, and Matthias Brandl beat him. That is just no. I'm sorry, that's too funny to me. And I honestly couldn't watch it because I tried, and it was just like. I don't know. I can't get into hour records. I'll definitely get into the Rohan Dennis one. By the way, guys, did anybody say what the bet is gonna?
The idea that I've heard was from our very own Stefan Janssen. He said that the loser should commentate over the half an hour special of Tour de St. Louis, like the mountain stage that Daniel Diaz won, I believe.
I feel like the winner should do that.
Well, the loser should do that. So,
Yeah.
well, I don't know. If you guys still have a better idea, put it down in the comment section below. Rohan Dennis is to go like the 18th of February, something mid-February, so there's still plenty of time. And who even says that Rohan Dennis is going to be able to beat Bobridge's time? So
Me.
Well,
So
you,
I'm
course.
hedging my money on that. You guys will see.
See, we'll see what's going to happen, though. It's still not decided yet, but that was a good idea. That's like a real punishment right there, to commentate over Tour de St. Louis. I think that's every commentator's worst nightmare, having to like, hey, you got a job. Okay, where am I going? You're going to Argentina. You're commentating Tour de St. Louis mid-January. Have fun. Here's your plane ticket. And I'm like, oh shit. No, it's not good. But before you spoke about Bobridge, there's a race he did very well in, which was the Tour Down Under, which you also mentioned. We said we'd be wrapping up Velo Games, and so we will. So, DeLego Superstars, which was controlled by Lord DeLego on the forums, managed to win the Cycling Home League pretty convincingly. And Bob, do you have the team on your screen right now?
No, but I can get that
up
open.
because I'm gonna ask you which of his riders were the sleepers. Like, which of these riders really net him a lot of points without anyone else having these riders or thinking of these riders. I can tell you that his team is Evans, Impey, Haas, Dumoulin, both Dumoulins, Lobato, Sodden, Machado, and Henderson. Why did he win this league?
I don't know. Evans turned out to probably get some points from both himself getting a high placing, and Dennis definitely helped that out, having that really give each other points. Mm-hmm. That is a really good strategy, because when you have two guys you can benefit no matter which one does well. When a team has two guys, even betting in general, you bet on a team that has two guys for the win, and sometimes they can really just play off of each other in a way that you wouldn't get from just having one of them. Also, I'm not really sure. Impy did much better than us naysayers predicted, so he must have gotten points, plus the points classification.
I'm proud. I did say Impy was going to do amazingly good in Battle Games. She's like, no, don't pick Impy. So, you guys, stick it. Chew, run us through our team. In case you forgot it, I'll just quickly run you through it. Let's see if I can find it. Cycling Up League, I'm pretty sure we were pretty far down. We were like 10th or something, which is not very good.
Yeah, we didn't do the best. I don't think we did the worst as well. We hit a couple riders, I guess, and a couple riders obviously
let me
didn't go
summarize
through.
our team for you in case you don't remember. It was Nathan Haas, Luis Leon Sanchez, Richie Port, Jose Lobato, Greg Henderson, Thiago Machado, Domenico Pozzovivo, Simon Clark, and Steele Van Hoff. Which of these guys were like the biggest bust for us? Like, why did we spend points on these guys?
Nathan Haas was definitely disappointing. Whatever. He did have a couple bad days where he probably should have won it. Won a stage here and there, but it is what it is. It's the Santos Tour down now. That's really hard to predict, obviously. Yeah.
It's true. Gregory Henderson didn't do well for us either. Only got 46 points.
That was brutal.
Same thing with Simon Clark. It's quite sad. Okay.
Simon Clark killed me.
The winning team on like overall Velo games had Richie Port, Cadel Evans, Daryl Impey, Steele Van Hoff, Thiago Machado, Jose Lobato, Gorky Zaguirre, Bonifacio, and Vado Vipin. This is not even that good of a team when you look at it, and it's still
didn't even have Dennis.
Yeah. Like, most of the teams didn't even have Dennis, because who could have predicted that Rohan Dennis was going to win this? But I think our biggest flaw to Velo games that we didn't pick Evans. Like, Evans was a given. He was going to do something. It's his last race. He'll get you, like, 300 points, 400 points? It's a given. Getting 700 points is just a bonus. So I think that's where we went wrong. But next Velo game, or sadly, D-Lego, this Velo games, we're not giving out a prize. I said last episode that next Velo games I'll be giving out a Eurosport Live Pass, but that's quite stupid, because something we've been working on now is we're going to be live streaming most of the races in 1080p quality from YouTube. So, that's kind of counterproductive if we give you guys a pass to go to the official site where you can just watch it from our side. So if you also have a better idea for what we can give out in a reasonable price range, put that in the comment section below as well. So if you want to compete in the future Velo games and you want a prize out of it that you like, tell us about it, and we might...
Cycling Hub t-shirts.
And do not say PCM. You definitely do not want PCM. You don't want
Cycling
it.
Hub t-shirts.
It's all a lie. If you think you want it, you don't. Don't ask for it.
We actually have... we have Cycling Hub t-shirts. I don't have it with me right now. I don't think so. My room... Actually, I do. Stefan Jans and I, the owners of Cycling Hub, we actually have these shirts, which are our company shirts, or work shirts. We see it says Jesper Anker, and that's most of the information on here, and we wear this at like official events or like when we interview people. I was actually wearing this while I was interviewing Jan Bata and Sam Bennett, but somehow the camera got messed up and you can only see this. But this is also the most important part of me, so that's okay, guys. It's okay.
It's Mexi's part right there.
So if you want that with your name on it, you can get that if you want, but that's all up to you guys what you really want. But stay tuned for the 4th of February. You're going to be seeing Tour of Dubai on here with 1080p quality. That's insane for a pirate live stream. Yeah. That's really good, guys. And just to cover our own butt, it's not hosted on our side, it's embedded from a different side. So we know what you guys are thinking, and we're out to money, you guys. Okay, let's move on to actually what happened this week. We have the Challenge to Mallorca, which is going on right now. It's the only big thing. It's like a pre-season training camp meetup where like all the teams go to Mallorca and they like compete against each other. It's kind of like summer camp, wouldn't you say, Bob?
Yeah, I mean, I guess technically they're considered races, but really they're more of just like everyone's chilling in Mallorca for like 4 or 5 days, and they just race when they feel like it.
Yep.
It's like it feels like this kind of like laid back, informal type thing. They weren't even. When I watched the sprint of the last one, it didn't even feel like they were in a legit race. It kind of felt like, oh, we're just doing a little sprint training camp here.
That is technically what it is, though. It's just training. It's just getting informed for the season. This is like the first time where all the new teams can try to test their riders, like how they mix together. So you can't really expect that much. That's also why you can't bet on these races, because expect the unexpected. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, Viviani was pretty pissed off he didn't win it. He
said sorry.
yeah. So
Well-
he might be taking it seriously.
Well, he's gotta be taken seriously, though, because he's got, like, the last 5 years at Cannondale, nobody took him seriously. And now he's at Team Sky, and he actually had like you said, he had a great lead out. His only lead out man was Ben Swift, and you're just jumping from wheel to wheel. And Ben Swift, as a lead out man, I've seen some people doubt him on Twitter, and I understand that. Ben Swift, when has he ever let somebody out before? That must have been years ago, because I don't remember him.
I think he let out
Because
Cab
they never had
a couple of times.
Really?
they never had sprinters basically at Sky. When did they have sprinters? Well, is he going to lead out
Viviani?
Edwards? More like the other way around.
I was gonna say back when they were THTC Hyro, but I know you guys would say,
But
Philly, you're
that's
wrong.
not
Yeah,
a
Jesper,
thing.
you're wrong.
They weren't. That wasn't ever.
It's the conservative way of looking at it. You're never wrong. Just keep sticking by your opinions, even though other people are saying you're wrong. Just stick by it, and that's why I got Daryl Impey on my Velo Games team, and you guys didn't. Stick by your values and your ideas.
Whatever, man. Whatever.
See High Road for your Velo Games team.
I should make an HTC Hyro, like, what's it called, like, image on the forum, like avatar. Next thing coming up. But let's run you through what happened so far, in case you didn't know what happened. So far, the it's Vuelta Mallorca, I think it's called. It's Challenging Mallorca on Twitter. Palucci won the first stage, but that was due to a big crash in the peloton, and some of the series contenders got thrown out of competition, and it was a reduced sprint where Palucci managed to beat Viviani and Rogers to the line, and Rojas is now, again, placed in that third to fourth area where he always is. He's just so consistent at losing. What a poor thing of being consistent at. But Sam Bennett, who we did talk to, was in 10th in this race, and he had 2 punctures. He had one with 10 kilometers to go and one with 500 meters to go. So that's actually well done compared to he had 2 punctures. And we talked to him, and he said he wanted to be consistent, and not quite Rojas consistent, but 10th, good. Bob, could you run us through the second stage of the Vuelta Mallorca? Or do you not know what happened?
It was Hillier. I know that. And in the end, you see Stephen Cummings coming out with the victory over Alejandro Valverde.
Yeah, over.
I saw the
Lolo.
sprint, and it seemed like they were both coming up to the line pretty fast, but Valverde just never was like, yeah, let me come around. He was just like, nah, it's Mallorca.
He's happy about being in second place. So,
And you see a weird combination after that, because you see the big GC guys like Malama, Koenig, obviously not anymore because he's on Sky.
Frank
But
Slade
then you
down
see
there,
other guys
14.
like Visconti, Sitsoff,
Tim Balance.
Wellens, yeah. So you get a kind of weird mix. It doesn't really matter if you're a GC guy or a Hillier guy in this kind of race because it's so laid back that everyone just kind of went for it. And by the standings, it doesn't look like Team Sky actually were doing a team event
1,
either.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 guys in top 25? No, I don't think so. But on to some more serious races that are coming up in the next week that we're not really going to be previewing, we're just going to be discussing them. Julian, next week we're going to have 2 big races in your home country. We're going to have the well, I guess it's Sunday, so it's kind of next week. It's kind of this week and next week. But this Sunday...
It's the road races, too, when they're watching it now, basically.
Yeah.
They know the results of it already, so I guess we can...
Cattle Evans, talk
Mention
about
who
that.
we-
Cattle Evans, farewell, like his goodbye race, his own race. Chu, are you going out to watch this race, or is it too far away from you?
It's a bit far for me. It's about 1.5 hour drive, so it's still pretty decent. Would I love to go, but I don't drive.
You say that's far? 1.5 hours? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's nothing.
That's
driving.
nothing.
I'm driving.
Go to that
Yeah.
that's like to New York City. That's not even that much.
How
am I gonna even drive there? I don't drive.
Hours. To get a lift from a mom, dad, friend.
That's not happening.
Call a cab. I don't know.
I'm sitting at my nice couch at home watching that and watching whatever else is on.
You're missing an opportunity of your life. You can go
I'm-
out
I'm-
and spit at Cattle Evans.
I'm gonna be watching.
Yeah,
the
you could
Herald
pour
Sun
pee
for-
on him like he's Cav.
If that does happen, you know Julian stayed at home and that didn't actually happen, or did he? But who do you think is going to win Cattle Evans Great Ocean Road Race Classic?
I don't even know. Caleb Ewan's going to it.
Mm-hmm.
He might be with a chance. It seems only right that Cadell Evans wins, but I think he's going to be really targeted. I don't think much riders will let him go. So It's one of those hilly sprints, and again, it could be Matthew Goss.
What do you
He's
think, Bob? Do
in
you
there.
agree?
Heinrich
I
Hausler.
think that Matthew Goss, either one of two things is going to happen to him. He will not make it over the hills, or he will break his collarbone at some point during the stage. Anyway, Tyler Fair is getting the lead for MTN. And honestly, looking at the start, if you look at the start list, as it is today, obviously not. It's not very strong. And I think that if you really analyze it, if it comes down to a sprint,
Heinrich Hausler.
Heinrich Hausler will lose to Farah.
Even
Also,
Farah.
Renshaw will. Also, Mearsman.
This is
There's
the
no Cav.
National Championships 2.0, basically.
This is going to be Tour of Beijing 2.0, basically.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like Tour of Beijing Stage 3. It's going to happen exactly the same way. And that is my prediction.
What are you saying, Chu?
This is like the National Championships all over. There's
Except for the
no
fact
one
they're
who's
not all Australian.
there's no one who's like out the non-Australian that could win it besides Tyler Farah, but Matthew
Well,
Goss
if you
is
think
like,
about it, there was
Look,
also
the
a
whole field's
non-Australian
Aussie.
that could win the national championships, and he did. So
Heinrich
Oh,
Hausler.
that's a smart one. Yeah, he's German. He's not even Australian. Did you see Kittle's tweet the other day? Like when he won that, he's like, "I'm glad to see another German victory down under." That was a good tweet. But honestly, I think this is gonna be like it's gonna be written like a criterium, and most criteriums are fixed. Like
Yeah.
they have a
And
certain
it's
I think
winner.
it's gonna be fixed for Evans.
It's not criterium. It's not criterium.
Well,
It's like it's
It
more
is.
of a
Geelong
it's-
to Geelong.
yeah.
Yeah, no, but it starts there, but it goes around and then it comes back to finish it. It's one lap, one huge lap.
So it's technically criterium. It's a lap.
Yeah, but
This is a
but
one-lap
it's also
not
going to be fixed so that Evans at least is showcased at some point.
That's what I'm fearing too. I fear that if you bet on this, I know you can bet on it on Paddy Power or Bet Victor, but if you do that, bet on Cattle Evans. Because somehow, somewhere, somebody is going to force Evans to win. Like, somebody's going to put up a roadblock, be like, Cattle Evans, run! And then they're just going to be like, sorry guys, chickens are crossing the road. Don't ask me why, they just are. And then Cattle Evans is going to win. That's what I'm fearing is going to happen. That's might ruin the integrity of this race, but who knows. On to another race. Oh, wait, you want to say anything?
Is it not ruining it enough that they named it after him before
and
he
he's
even
still
retired?
riding.
Yeah,
He's
well, I
riding
think you-
in it. What if they named it like the Chris Horner Tour of California, and
You
then
don't
this
even know.
happened? What's gonna happen? Well, like what if they had done that? What if they had renamed the Tour of California the Amgen Chris Horner Tour of California?
I think
And-
it's just you guys don't understand how much this rider has changed cycling for Australia. Like, the reason why there's that many people watching cycling right now is because of him. Like, no one would watch cycling right now without him.
Yeah,
And
I can
I
it's like
think
the Australian Graham Obrey.
I can safely say I would not be watching cycling right now without that Cadell Evans. So
I guess that's a fair analogy, but I can one up you. The reason I watch cycling is Michael Rasmussen, and see how that turned out. I mean, the reason I'm watching cycling is Bjorn Rees. Look at how that turned out.
The reason I liked cycling was Lance Armstrong. How did that turn out?
So
how do you think this is
clues
gonna
right
turn
there. Context clues is Bob.
I wrote.
It's
Yeah, sure.
context clues. Got some deductive reasoning here.
Yep.
If everybody else that got you into cycling doped,
Then your guy's dope as well.
Cadell Evans also doped.
So
Is that what you want?
He's doped.
So that's
Okay, then
sad,
we're
though.
clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I also agree with you. Naming it Cattle Evans Great Ocean Sea Classic before he's even retired, that is BS. I mean, they should have named it like Great Ocean Raid Classic, whatever. Then when the stage is over, they're like, from now on it'll be named Cattle Evans Great Ocean Classic. Fine. I think right now it's more of a media stunt,
Yeah.
but it's going to be fixed.
It's trying to get more
Yeah.
people to watch a race, I guess.
Yeah, but
It's
that's
just
what
like-
crits do. That's literally what criteriums do. They
It's
wrote...
not a criterium.
What? No, but I'm treating it as a
But
criterium.
it's like a criteria.
Yeah,
It's
it feels like it.
170 Ks. I'm not sure
No,
what
but
you
Jack-
think of
In the
criteriums
in,
are like
like a
40
post,
Ks,
it's
50
like
Ks.
it's fixed like a post
Yeah.
tour crit.
Because, like, wait,
Why is Chris Froome winning random flat races against sprinters after the Tour de France?
exactly,
Yeah,
nibbly.
because it's called publicity and it's fixed, and that's what this
Exactly.
is.
Exactly.
I think you guys are
Hey,
misreading
if you're
this
watching
race.
handball right now, any of you watching handball? No, probably not. There's a world championship in Qatar right now, and Qatar bought all the players. That's fixed. Moving back, though. Moving back. I just have to say that in case you're a handball fan out there, because that's disgusting what's going on down there.
Or in case you are handsball.
Oh, see what he did there? Probably only old subscribers will know that one. But, the way that you look at this, the only reason Kittle won that Tour de France criterium is because everybody loved him down in Japan. It's like, hello, Kittle.
Yeah, but that race wasn't serious. This race is actually serious. These guys are actually going to win. That race is different.
How can anyone take that race serious when it's named after a rider who's still racing? That'd be like naming the Tour de France Lance Armstrong Tour de France when he's still racing.
That's like naming the Tour de France this year Alberto Contador Tour de France, and then Alberto Contador goes to it.
Yeah.
Who do you think is gonna win? It was
every single rider going in respects Cadell Evans. They want to win this race, you know. If you watch the females today,
Nope.
they had. I'm sure no one did. I'm sure no one did, but this race was as serious as he's going to get. So it was good racing.
Do you think that Jarlson Pantano respects Cadell Evans? Do you think that Nicholas Dougal respects Cadell Evans?
Go watch the backstage pass
You
today.
think Nathaniel Haas?
Maxime Bouet, do you think that he respects Cadell Evans so much?
What about Gino Alafalaci?
Yeah, what about Tiziano Dall'Antonia? You think these guys really care about Cadell Evans?
Your argument is invalid, You're getting voted off the island. The tribe has spoken.
You don't understand this. I'm living.
We'll be doing the rest of the rant without you. We're seeing a world first right here. That might have screwed up the layout. Doesn't matter. We're doing the rest without Julian Chew. Moving on to the next race, the Grand Prix de Crystal Marseille, which I'm looking forward to. And Bob, last year, Kenneth Van Bilsen won. I know you're a big fan of Kenneth Van Bilsen. Do you believe we'll see another surprise winner this year? If you look at the start list.
Would it be a surprise if Van Bilsen won again?
Probably not, but if you look at the start list, it would be. Because a rider like Tony Galvin is here. Arthur Michaud is here. Kevin Reza is here. There's some big names.
There are a lot of good riders. My pick is really Rebellin. I think that with the motivation of the Giro d'Italia, and you saw him actually winning last year, I don't think that these GC guys are in form, and I think that some of these midway guys also are hit or miss. Honestly, and I'm not even joking when I say this, I know sometimes my sarcasm and my reality become a little blended. I think my pick is Rebellin.
It is? That could happen. The guy's won everything. Why not still win something now? That's good, but the reason I'm looking forward to this race is because we're part of a cycling fantasy league run by Pat's Bet on Twitter, and we've got Arthur Michaud in this race, and he better do something for us. He did very well last year, and he better do something this week. To finish off, guys, I'd like to announce to you guys that we've made our own Instagram profile, so if you like pictures and you like news, why not combine those two? We've been providing news so far. We've been providing quotes like this one. The inaugural Great Ocean Road Race in Geelong will see Evans lead the BMC team for the final time this Sunday as he bids a farewell to professional cycling. He said, "It'll be a big day. I'm intimidated by it all, to be honest." Evans said, oh, that's not what he said. And then all that stuff. So, go follow us on Instagram if you want pictures, you want to follow the latest news. We'll be trying our best to update that. Marty C on the forum is running our Instagram profile, so if you got any ideas, please direct them to him at the forum. Thank you guys for watching. I don't know if Chu will be back next week. He has been voted off the tribe, but you do sometimes see people get into it again on Survivor. It's redemption, guys. You might get another chance. Go watch Survivor if you don't know what I'm talking about. Thank you guys for watching. It's been a great week. We'll see you guys next week.